Kahala Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekahak Radash. Double honors to the elder apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well for teaching his word in truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad, and peace and salutations to the Akim that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity to USA Shalom. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 2, and I'm going to read verses 12 through 18. Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways. You can't lose your nerve here. You can't lose this. You can't lose your strength. You know, you gotta have those cojones. You know, you can't drop the ball. And once you come into the truth, once you've heard the truth, you understand the truth. You can't play the field no more. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You know, you cannot go back and forth. You gotta leave this world behind. You gotta leave this world alone. Either you in 100%, 144%, or you're not in it at all. The Lord doesn't deal with double-minded people. This is verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. You gotta have 100% faith. You gotta believe in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. You have to believe in his doctrine, and you gotta have faith. If not, then you left unshielded, you left unguarded, you left unprotected in this, you know what I'm saying, in this world. You know, the Most High he'll shield you and protect you from a whole lot here. But if you don't believe in his word and you dibbling, dabbling in the world, you playing, you know what I'm saying, you're going back into the world and trying to come back into the truth, and he's not going to defend you, man. Those angels are not going to defend you. Woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will ye do when Yahweh shall visit you? You can't lose patience. You know, you take it one day at a time, one step at a time. You know, one prayer at a time. But you got to remain faithful and true. You can't be dipping and dabbing in all these other philosophies and religions. Because this is the true religion. This is the true church. This is the true gospel of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All these other religions and beliefs, they're all man-made. Verse 15. They that fear Yahweh will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. If you love the Lord, you fear the Lord, you're not going to disobey what he say. You know, that's all we've done over the course of our history. That's why we kept getting put into captivity after captivity, because of our disobedience, because our willingness to play with these other nations, to play with the heathens. You know, listen to their philosophies, listen to their doctrines, their way of life. The Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai gave us a way of living. He gave us a heritage. He gave us a culture. You know, he gave us laws, statutes, and commandments to live by. But our people play these games and always dipping and dabbing in, you know what I'm saying, with these other nations, man, these heathen nations. And we continuously get punished behind it. So if you fear the Lord, you love the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and you claim you have faith, to the best of your abilities, man, you stay obedient, you know. You stay true to his ways. This is verse 16. They that fear Yahweh will seek that which is well, pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with his law. That goes right back to the previous verse. If you love the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, you're going to do what's pleasing to him. You know, we've been in this world so long, you know, there's some things it's a struggle to overcome. But yet, you still rehearse the righteous acts. You still get up, you shake the dust off, and you get back into the scriptures, and you continue to do the things that you know that is pleasing to him. So, you know, that comes with shaking that dust off, comes with prayer and supplication, you know, prayer and long suffering. Verse 17. They that fear Yahweh will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight. So, you know, you're not going to be proud. You're not going to be boastful. You know, you're going to be humble. You know, you're not chasing after the things of this world. You're not confining to the things of this world. You reject yourself. You eject yourself from this world. You know, we live in the world, but we're not of the world. You know, so our whole thing is to be patient, keep our eyes on the straight gate, and continuously pray. Try to fast as much as you can, you know, whenever it's possible, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just continue in the faith. Keep the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekahak Radash, in the forefront of your mind, you know. That's the one and only. So you trying to hang out with your friends and garavant at the club, and you trying to go to the ball game, you trying to go to the bar. You're not putting the Lord first. If you're not constantly meditating on the Lord, praying to the Lord, then that's not on the front of your mind. You made the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, secondary in your life. So you wanna have fear of the Lord. You know, fear of the Lord is knowing that he will reject you. He will take his name out of your mouth. You know, he'll take that spirit off you. Then you left in the world naked, you know. He'll take doctrine from you, man. So you'll be left in the world with no defense, no shield, you know. This is verse 18. Saying we will fall into the hands of Yahweh and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. So when you're looking at that, you always want to keep the Lord on the forefront of your mind. You know, you don't want to fall back into the hands of these wicked heathens that's out here. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to fall back into the hands of these 2/3 that's willing to draw you back into the world. You know, 2/3 of Israel, you know, they don't abide in, they don't want to abide in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. They want to play with their idols. They want to deal with these heathen nations, you know, and their idols and their way of worship and their cultures. So, you know, if you don't put the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai first, he won't put you first, you know. But if you hold fast and continue in the faith, continue in the doctrine, not changing up the doctrine, not going into the, you know what I'm saying, not trying to have a way for heathens to achieve salvation and, you know, dealing with all these different philosophies, you know, you'll stay in the mercy. You'll still have, you know what I'm saying, you'll stay in the good mercies of the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. I'm going to go through it real quick, but I'm going to read those same verses in the GNT. Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 12, and I'm going to read verses 12 through 18 in the GNT. Verse 12, but those who lose their nerve are doomed, all those sinners who try to have it both ways. Verse 13, doom is sure to come for those who lose their courage. They have no faith, and so they will have no protection. 14, doom is sure to come for those who lose their hope. What will they do when Yahweh comes to judge them? Verse 15. Actually, I read verse 14 again. Doom is sure to come for those who lose their hope. What will they do when the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai comes to judge them? Those who fear Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai do not disobey his commandments. Those who love him will live as he wants them to live, as he wants them to live. 16. Those who fear and love Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai will try to please him and devote themselves to the law. 17. Those who fear the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai are always ready to serve him. They humble themselves before him and say, verse 18, we place our destiny in the hands of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, not in human hands, but his mercy is as great as his majesty. You know, we just got, you got to give yourself 100% totally to the faith, the doctrine, and to the fear of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai and his laws, statutes, and his commandments. Not holding fast to what you was taught, previously, not holding fast to these idols, not holding fast to these weak Christian doctrines, not holding fast to this Islam nonsense, That's Ishmael's way of life, This is 2 Timothy 2 and 4. No man that entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. So, if you understand this doctrine, and you've been doing the thing, you've been out there in the highways and the byways, you've been putting up your videos, you understand the doctrine 100%. You fear the Lord and you're trying to uphold the laws law, statute, and commandments. You're rehearsing the righteous acts. You know, you're considered a soldier for the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. You know, so you're not going to deal with this world anymore in that fashion anymore. Before you came into the truth, you're gonna hold fast to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. You know, you're gonna hate dealing with this world because you know what's what I'm saying. You know what's next to come, man. It's a righteous kingdom, man. It's a righteous rulership, a righteous government. You know, with Yahweh Shai at the helm. You know, along with King David and his 144,000, his elect remnant. So you know the world will be ruled in righteousness. So you know what's to come. So why deal with this world in that fashion? You know, leave this world alone, leave it behind. You know, and just commit yourself and stay focused on the on the Most High. Stay focused on these prophecies that's playing themselves out. You know, because you definitely want that shielding, man. Because this MOTB is coming. You know. So you wanna have that. You want the Lord to be dealing with you. You want Him to have that protection over you, man. Insurrection is coming, man. Civil war is coming. This place is about to be turned upside down because of the wicked rulership that rules this place. This is Babylon the Great, and it is gonna fall by fire. You know. So you want that. You want that shielding, man. And then hopefully, if we are, if we are that number, if you are of that number, get taken up into them chariots. This is Hebrews 10. I'm gonna read 30 and 31. For we know for we know him that hath said, vengeance belongeth unto me. I will recompense, saith Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And again, the Lord shall judge, the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, shall judge his people. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living powers. So, if you understood the scriptures, if you understand the scriptures, and you know the Lord is not, he's an austere man, the Lord ain't playing no games, so the Lord will take you out, the Lord will keep you shielded, or the Lord will take you out, or he'll just take his name out your mouth, and you won't be able to call on the Most High Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai anymore. Just like it said in previous verses, man, you want to be caught out here, man, without that, without that defense, man. And you don't want to feel, and you don't want to feel the wrath of his judgment, man. Because, if he don't take you out, randomly, he's setting you up for that fire. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So you got to have patience, man. Just because, the Lord hasn't, haven't taken this place out yet, man. Or because the Lord he's not on your timetable because he's not moving, as fast as you want him to. Don't mean that you stop, doing the things that's pleasing to him. That you don't, that you stop, studying to show thyself approved. 2 Timothy 2 and 15. You don't stop rehearsing the righteous acts, man. Judges 5 and 11. You continue in the faith. You got to have patience, man. This thing is long suffering. You got to have patience. You know what I'm saying? And keep praying for the downfall of Babylon, and keep praying for his righteous rulership to come. This is Ephesians 1:4. According as he have chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. We gotta continue to do what's right. We gotta continue to do what we know that Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai want us to do. We gotta keep doing those things. We can't get impatient and fall back into the world. It's all about having faith, patience, and continuously praying for a deliverance, praying for this downfall. So if you are a foundational stone, if you are part of that elect remnant, you're gonna continue to do those things. You're not gonna waver in your faith. You're not gonna be deceived by the wickedness of this world. You're gonna hold fast. This is First Peter 4:12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. You gotta have faith. We're gonna be tried here. The devil, the devil, the spiritual demon, Satan, he's always working, man. Satan is always working. He works the same amount of hours as Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. You're gonna be tested, you're gonna be tried. Things get rough, whether in your personal life, professional life. Sometimes it get, I guess, like sometimes I guess your faith get weary. I haven't experienced that, but you hear the stories. But it's all about long suffering here, man. This is a captivity for us. We're not supposed to be enjoying our best life here. This is not our rest, man. This is not our kingdom. So we're supposed to be enduring hardship until we are delivered from the most, delivered by the Most High, Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, from these wicked heathen nations, that had us in their yoke. So we just have to be patient. It's long suffering that's involved in this thing. And you can't be sitting there and, blaming yourself or being all bitchified, because things are happening. Good and evil happens, man. Good and bad happens, So you can't think too hard on the things that's happening. You know what I mean? You just gotta take it with stride. Just know that every day is not sunny. Every day is not sunny. Every day the sunshine is not shining on you, man. Every day is not a good day. But the fact that you've come into the truth of the Most High, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, that he got your back, He's not going to give you more than you can handle, You just have to be diligent and strong in faith, and keep praying. This is 1 Corinthians 7:30. And they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not. We gotta deal with this world. We live in the world, but we're not supposed to be of this world. So, you don't get overjoyous, you don't come down on yourself hard, you know what I'm saying? You don't come down on yourself at all. Just know that the Most High, you know what I'm saying, everything is a test, man. It's all to test your faith, your durability, and not holding on to these little trinkets that we get here in this kingdom, Things come and go, man. The same way it came in, it's going to leave, So you don't get it, you don't get down on yourself. You don't get all puffed up. But you keep an even keel, man. Keep a balance. And always keep the Most High in the forefront of your mind. Meditate on the Lord, pray to the Lord, talk to the Lord, Make sure you're trying to do the things that's pleasing to the Most High. This is Psalms 110 and 10. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever. That's the beginning of knowledge. It's the fear of the Lord, the fear of Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Know your creator and fear your creator. Because the same way you'll be taken out, man. Like the same way he give you, he'll take it away from you. So he give you life, he'll take your life. He make your day pleasant. He can make your day a living hell. That's another, that's another wayward doctrine. That hell doctrine is silly as shit. That hell doctrine is crazy. Because those are just two conditions on the earth, man. In Hebrew is Shiloh, Shalom. It just simply means death, the grave, the pit, and in the Greek is Gehenna, simply meaning a place where they just where they burn trash, a landfill, pretty much a landfill. That's where they would burn dead animals and garbage and stuff. So hell is not a real place where there's a devil and a pitchfork and he got a tail and he's sitting there poking you in a hot bed of fire and all that nonsense. That's Greek mythology, man. So when you come into the fear of the Lord, man, it's to have understanding of the scriptures, have understanding of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai and the things that's asked of you, the things that he said to do. Not going off into these other doctrines and these other philosophies and all these other mythologies. I'm going to go into let's hit Proverbs 2 and 5. Then shalt thou understand the fear of Yahweh, and find the knowledge of powers. So you gain that knowledge of the powers through these scriptures, understanding these scriptures, going into the Hebrew, going into the Greek, if need be, going to the Latin, because these words definitely don't have the same power, as in English as it does in Hebrew. That's our original language. That's our original culture. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is our inheritance. Along with the land that was promised to us through our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So to have true understanding, the beginning of that understanding, man, the beginning of that wisdom, that knowledge and understanding is to have fear of the Lord. And another thing, we gotta praise his name, praise his holy name. Shout, scream his holy name, praise his holy name, rejoice in his name, make his name manifest, magnify his name. Though some of the things, that's one of the things that's pleasing to the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. He want all the world to know his name. He want his name to reign across our lineage, our people. He wanted to reign across those heathens. The Most High, he wanted to be recognized as the true and living power, the only power. Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. So once you come into this knowledge, truth, and understanding, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the truth, this is going to be your, this is your protection, man. This is your joy. These are the things you look forward to. It's a diving into the scriptures. Embracing the scriptures, learning from the scriptures, using the scriptures to watch and discern the times. So that'll be our stability, man. When all hell break loose here, these scriptures is what's going to keep you grounded. When everybody else is losing their minds, not knowing what's next to come, the scriptures are telling you what's to come. It's telling you how to judge the time and what's going on around you. And that'll be the strength of salvation, man. Because you won't go off, man. You'll lean into the Lord even more during those times. This is John 15, verses 14 and 15. Ye are my friends, if you do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I called you not servants, for the servants knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all the things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you. So yeah, man, you're not servants of the Most. You're not servants of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai. Or Salakia, you're not servants of Yahweh Shai. He calls you friends, because he has bestowed on you the things that he has learned from his Father Yahweh. Laws, statute, and commandments, strong doctrine, faith, all these things that he's given to you. You know what I'm saying? We have become his friends. And he's, and friends don't let each other down, And he's the ultimate friend. So you hold fast, you pray, you keep studying, you keep holding the Lord, you know what I'm saying, first in your life before anything else. And he'll make himself known to you, man. Keep you grounded. He'll keep you shielded. He'll keep you fed. Keep you, protected, shielded and protected, So you can't go wrong with putting the Lord first, man, and just doing the things that he say to do. And I ended with Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 16. A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, shall find him. So, we just got to keep holding fast to what the apostles and the bishops and the elders have taught us. From the apostles, the bishops and elders of GMS, Great Millstone, apply the things that they have taught us. Keep studying. 2 Timothy 2:15. Keep studying and show thyself approved before power. Not being ashamed. Rightfully dividing the word of truth. I kind of roughly paraphrased it, but we gotta hold fast to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, because the times are coming where we're gonna have to lean on Him 100%, 144%. So all this is grace. This is the grace period. To build our faith up, so that when those tough times come, man, and they fastly approaching, what I'm saying, we'll have the Lord on our side. We'll have the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai on our side, and He'll make sure we get through it. So Abaratazah, I hope this was edifying. Lord willing, I hope this was edifying. And I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekahak Radash, Abad Babal.